Thanks, Riaz. Good morning. It's 7 o'clock. One man is dead after an overnight accident involving a motorcycle in Surrey, and the search for the other driver continues this hour. Greg Harper joins us from Surrey with the very latest on this. Greg?
Good morning, Jody. The accident happened just behind me here at 123 A Street and 96th Avenue in Surrey. As you can see, it has been cleared. Still some debris on the road here. Earlier, an officer at the scene told us that the motorcyclist involved in the collision has died and that the driver left the scene, fled the scene, and the search for this driver continues. This accident happened around 11 o'clock last night. It's believed the motorcyclist was traveling westbound on 96th Avenue, and the driver of a two-door Honda was traveling eastbound when the collision took place. We spoke to Leonard Staley, who lives a few homes down from where this accident took place. He said he heard the impact. It sounded horrific. Immediately, he ran outside to see what happened, and unfortunately, this is what he saw.
That impact was pretty heavy duty. He obviously flew over the car. He apparently did have a helmet on. I didn't see him with the helmet on, but when he was laid on the road, he did not have his helmet on.
And Leonard Staley there believes the motorcyclist might be as young as 16 years of age. Again, the latest information that we have is that the search for the driver continues. This is a developing story. As we get new information this morning, hopefully we'll get that and we will bring it to you. Jody?
All right, thanks, Greg. We will check in with you in 30 minutes' time. Greg Harper reporting live this morning from Surrey. An elderly woman is dead after a devastating accident in Port Moody. It happened yesterday around 3:30 at Ioko Road and Unglas Way. A 71-year-old woman was riding a scooter and was killed while waiting to cross the street. The crash also involved a flatbed truck and two other vehicles. The victim was with her daughter at the time. She wasn't hurt. It appears the woman was hit by the truck, which also brought down a streetlight.
We'll be certainly working to get the lights and so on back up. Hopefully have some traffic personnel on site if those lights are not working. And our goal is to get traffic back up and operating as quickly as possible.
Two people in the other vehicles were taken to hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The provincial government and the BC Teachers Federation are expected to meet today, but they won't be bargaining. Instead, the two sides will hold exploratory talks as they try and figure out the next steps in finding a resolution in the ongoing labour dispute. BC school trustees are now calling on the two sides to find another mediator and get back to the bargaining table. It also wants both sides to suspend the strike and lockout until a mediator is found, saying it would be an act of good faith by both parties. This comes as students writing provincial exams have discovered essay questions have been removed. Vancouver School Board could decide if it will scrap summer school sometime today. The Abbotsford School District says it will cancel summer school unless a deal can be reached by tomorrow.
Am I prepared to be here all summer? I do go on summer vacation, and I sure hope that I'm not walking the picket line for the duration of the summer. I don't see this ending before the summer is over. I would be very, very surprised if it did. But I'll be out here if I need to make a stand.
With none of the final exams, I guess we just left with how it ended, and we're not, like, most of the students aren't even sure what got marked, because when the teachers went on full strike, there were still projects that had just been handed in that day, and so they're not marked as far as we know. So we're not really sure what we're going to get this term.
Meantime, a 5-year deal has been ratified by 47,000 healthcare workers in BC. 11 unions involved have agreed to a 5.5% wage increase and a cap on contracting out jobs. The agreement covers hospital, care homes, and emergency service workers. Vancouver police have started the huge task of reuniting hundreds of stolen goods with their rightful owners. Officers raided a house at Main Street and East 47th Avenue last Friday, arresting 10 people. All have been released except a 49-year-old man. He's well known to police and faces several charges. The home contained drugs, weapons, and all sorts of stolen goods, including bikes, electronics, musical instruments, jewelry, and passports.
We were expecting to see property. We were expecting to see drugs. We did have information on the weapons, of course. It's always a bit of a surprise when we see this much property, especially in such a short period of time that they were living there. But he's a prolific thief. He's a prolific crook.
The VPD has put photos of the stolen items on its website. Rightful owners can call a dedicated phone line to claim their property.